Hey yoga and fitness friends, thanks for joining me on the mat today. I'm Vicky and we're going to be working towards peak pose, Parivrtta hasta padangusthasana or Dancing Shiva. So we'll be opening through the sides of our legs into our glutes and working through some twists to get our torso a little more open and twisty. Today you will probably prefer to have a strap and a block just to help as we work through some of these poses. Also, if you're using essential oils with me today, I'm using Loyalty from Young Living, which helps to infuse our lives and our practice with wellness, purpose, and abundance. So if you're taking your oil, I just do a simple drop in the hand, a nice inhale, full exhale, and I'm ready to begin. We'll start on our backs today. Make sure you have your strap handy for the initial poses of stretching that we'll be doing. So as you come to your back, the legs can be extended in a Shavasana-like pose, or maybe having the feet on the mat a little wide, let the knees knock in towards each other in a constructive rest pose. If you're having any low back issues, this constructive rest might feel better for you. Starting to notice the breath here as we begin to center in our space, preparing for our practice. And just bringing the awareness to the breath. We'll take a brief body scan here, starting at the crown of the head, all the way to the bottoms of the feet, checking in for any places in the body where you feel dis-ease, any tension or tightness, maybe even some muscle soreness. Just becoming aware of what you feel there. And reverse that scan from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. This time, checking in and noticing any places where you feel at ease, where the body feels good and ready to move. And then start to lengthen the inhales now to a count of 4 or 5. Matching the exhales to that same count. One more deep inhale, just like that. Nice full exhale. We'll stay with that deep breath, but we'll move into our first stretch. So extend the left leg out, grab your strap, and take it around the ball of that right foot. Let that right foot float up to the ceiling. So the right hand to the strap, the left arm can just relax down, gently pulling that leg towards the torso, adjusting the hand along the strap as needed, keeping the elbow straight, the knee relatively straight. We don't want to hyperextend the joints, but we don't want bent joints either. We're looking for a gentle stretch. in our Supta Padangusthasana pose. Three more breaths here. Now change hands on the strap. Left hand at the strap, right arm falls away. Slowly and gently take the leg across the body, keeping the right hip to the mat, so you may only be taking it a few inches depending on how tight the outer part of this leg is. 5 breaths here. And slowly return the leg up to center. Hug the knee into the chest, remove the strap, and then change legs. The right leg extends, the left, hug that knee into the chest. Take the strap around the ball of that left foot now. Foot floats up to the ceiling, left hand to the strap, that knee and that elbow relatively straight. Finding that spot with the hand on the strap that allows you to have a gentle stretch through the back of the leg. And we'll change hands. The right hand comes to the strap, the left hand relaxes down. Slowly and gently take the leg across the body, just enough to find that stretch. Left hip staying on the mat. And return the leg to center. Bend the knee, remove the strap. Hug that knee in. Draw the right knee up, hug that knee in together. And gently rock side to side. And take the legs over to one side as we come up to tabletop pose. Hands and knees. The shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Let the fingers spread wide here. We'll gently engage the core, pulling the belly button up, letting the crown of the head reach forward, the tailbone reaching towards the wall behind you. Feel that lengthening and gentle core engagement. Extend the right leg behind you. The ball of the foot plants to the floor. Press in through that heel. And float that right leg up. Take the leg across the body, plant it to the outside of the left foot. Look over that left shoulder. And release, draw that knee back to tabletop. Re-engage the core, checking in. The left leg extends out, ball of the foot plants down, and press through the heel. Float the left leg up, cross it behind, ball of the foot plants outside the right foot, look over the right shoulder. And release, draw that knee back into our tabletop. Tuck the toes here, press into the hands and the balls of the feet to hover the knees. Gentle bouncing, and then slowly press up into our first downward facing dog. Press into the hands as you're pressing the floor away. The sit bones lifting up to the ceiling. And try to let the heels sink down. Bend the knees here, look at the hands, step it forward. Top of the mat, forward fold. Bend the knees here, root to rise, the arms sweep all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center. Moving into our flow to warm up our bodies. Sweep the arms up. Hands coming through center, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Plant the hands, step the left foot back. Left knee drops down. Inhale the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Hands through center. Hands to the floor, back foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, right foot steps back. Drop that back knee, Anjaneyasana as we inhale. Exhale the hands back down. Back foot stepping forward and fold. Bend the knees here, root to rise, the arms come up. Keep it moving here, hands through center, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, left foot steps back. Drop the knee, Anjaneyasana. As the hands come down this time, we'll shift the hips back for half splits. Keep the torso long here. Use a block if needed. Shifting it forward, back toes tucked, step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And as we descend down with our exhale, the hips shift back, half splits. Again, using the block to help keep the torso long if needed. Shifting it forward, back toes tucked, step it forward to fold. And inhale, root to rise, all the way up. Hands to center. Inhale the arms up here. Hands come through center, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, flat back. Bend through this left knee. Plant the left hand. Right hand sweeps up for the twist. Release it down. Bend through that right knee. Right hand plants, the left arm sweeps. And release. Bend the knees here. Root to rise. Hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms come up once again. Bend the knees. Folding down. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Drop the knee down. Anjaneyasana here. As the hands come down, tuck that back toe. Drop the heel as we move into warrior two. Finding a nice strong warrior here. Strengthen the legs, the knee over the ankle, tracking over that second toe and the fingertips reaching on either side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to the knee, left arm near the ear. Inhale, reverse. We'll find a little flow here. Exhale, through extended side angle, that right arm reaches towards the wall behind you. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle and reach. Once more, reverse. Pull it through all the way. Left arm sweeps down here, coming to a runner's lunge, back foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, this time right foot steps, Back knee down, Anjaneyasana. Hands through center. Tuck the back toe. Back heel drops, open the arms. Warrior two. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm near the ear. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, taking it through extended side angle. That left arm then reaching to the wall behind. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, pull that left arm through. Once more, reverse. Exhale, pull the arm through. The right arm sweeps down as we come to a runner's lunge. Back foot stepping forward, finding a forward fold. Bend the knees here, root to rise, the arms sweep up. Hands to heart center. Your breath might be picking up a little here as we're getting moving. Try to slow it down, find those deep breaths. Inhale the arms up. This time toes touch, bend the knees, find chair pose. The hips tuck under, the belly pulls in. Twisting here, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Palms press together as you lengthen the spine. Take the weight into this right foot. The left heel floats up. Left foot starts to step back, finding a crescent pose. It is a challenge to the balance there. From here, plant that back heel as we move into a warrior one. Hips are square here. Straighten that front leg, hands to the hips, hinging at the hips as we find pyramid pose. Another opportunity for the block to help raise the floor up should you need it. Let the head come towards the knee. Bend through that front knee, shift the hands forward. Step into that right leg as the left floats up for standing splits. Head coming towards the knee, lifting that left leg up. Challenging our balance a little more here. As we start to come up, we'll sweep that left leg all the way through. Extend it out in front. We'll find that again, sweep it through just a warrior three. Arms can extend behind. Sweep it all the way up. Leg out front. Once more, sweep it back. Warrior three. Sweep it forward. Bend the knee here. Right hand to the outside of that left knee. Let the left arm sweep back as you start to find this twist. Release that twist. Slowly take it all the way back to a standing splits. Bend through that standing leg. Left leg steps way back to the back of the mat as we move the hands to the left side, coming to a wide leg forward fold. Feet are parallel. Head starts to fold down. Shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Plant your left hand right underneath your face. The right sweeps up. And release. Right hand plants. The left hand sweeps. And release. Come up onto the fingertips, flat back. Walk those hands to the top of the mat as you come into this runner's lunge. Back foot steps forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees here, root to rise, arms all the way up. Hands to heart center. Catching your breath here if you need to. Moving to the other side. Inhale the arms up, toes come to touch. Find that chair pose. Twisting, right elbow outside the left knee. Palms press, lengthen. Shift the weight into that left foot. Right heel lifts up. Step it all the way back. Focus the gaze, helps with the balance. Find that lunge. Back heel drops as we move to warrior one. Square the hips. Straighten the front leg, hands to the hips, hinging here. part way, and then fold the rest of the way, using that block if you need to. That left hip is pulling back, the right hip is pulling forward. Bending through that front leg, hands slide forward, pressing into the left leg as the right lifts up. Standing splits, head comes towards the knee. Keep that back leg square, the toes and the knee pointing to the floor. And using our balance once again, starting to sweep this leg up, extending in front, and then sweep it all the way back, just to warrior three. Once again, those arms can extend behind or come to the hips. Sweep it forward. Try not to touch that foot down as it comes through, and sweep it back. Pull it forward once more. Bend the knee, left hand to the outside of that right knee. Find a standing twist here. Right arm extends behind. Then release back to center. Take this leg all the way back. Find your standing splits once more. Slowly bend through that front leg. Lower the right all the way to the back of the mat. Swivel to the right side of the mat. Finding this wide leg forward fold. Letting the head drop down. Excuse this position. Inhale, come up halfway. Plant the left hand, let the right arm float up. Release. Plant the right, let the left float. Release. Come to the fingertips, nice flat back here. Walk the hands to the top of the mat as you come to this runner's lunge. This time we'll plant the hands, step to plank, move through a vinyasa here. So if you've got chaturangas in your practice, you can certainly find that. Today I'll take soft vinyasa. My knees are wide, my ankles cross, and I just let the hips sink down as I open the chest. Moving right into downward facing dog. Pressing into the hands, lifting through the sit bones, sinking through the heels. Deep cleansing breath here. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Bend the knees here. Look at the hands. Step it forward. Forward fold. And root to rise. The arms sweep all the way up. Hands to heart center. Sweeping up once again. This time, bend the knees, fold down, right into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Another vinyasa here if you choose. Meeting in downward facing dog. From here, moving into our static poses, starting with pigeon pose. Inhale, fly that right leg, pull the knee into the nose, step that right knee behind the right wrist, left leg slides back. If you need to place a block or a blanket underneath that right hip to help keep the hip square, certainly do so. Inhale, lift the chest. Option to stay here or exhale down to the forearms. Relax through the neck and shoulders. We'll be here for 5 breaths, so allow yourself to reconnect with that breath. Feeling free to check in with the body. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, come up onto the hands. Roll onto that right hip. Pull this left leg around, cross outside the right knee. We'll find a seated twist here, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right arm reaches, those right ribs move towards that knee. Option to bring the arm around or outside. Left hand comes behind. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Exhaling to twist. And one more stretch here as we try a modified or seated version of our Dancing Shiva. We'll keep the right leg as it is. We'll take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Slowly and gently press in to straighten that leg. If you need to use the strap, you can certainly do that as well. If you're not feeling quite as flexible today, simply the strap to the ball of the foot, allowing the leg to straighten. Twisting through the torso here as that left arm reaches behind. And of course, you can take the gaze to that left arm. And release. Release the strap if you've got it. Take that left leg, fold it around so we can meet in tabletop. Coming up into our downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, fly the left leg. Pull the knee into the chest. Step the knee behind the left wrist. Right leg slides back. Inhale, puff the chest. Option to stay up or folding down as you exhale. Once again, reconnecting with the breath. Trying to relax through the various parts of the body that might be tensing up in this pose. On your next inhale, slowly coming up. Roll onto that left hip. Pull the right foot around to cross over. Left arm reaches up. Move the ribs, then bring the arm around or outside. Right hand behind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And release. And staying here as we find, once again, this seated version of our Dancing Shiva Pose. So the hand coming to the outside edge of that foot. The right hand plants behind, slowly pressing into the knee to straighten. If that doesn't quite work, using the strap once again. Right arm can extend out, looking over towards those right fingers if you choose. Feel the twist through the torso. Careful not to hyperextend the knee if you do have it straightened. And release. Coming back into our tabletop pose. Tuck those toes. Pressing up, downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here. Nice deep inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Bend the knees. Look at the hands. Step it forward. Forward fold. And root to rise all the way up. Hands to heart center as we prepare for our next flow. Inhale the arms up, hands through center, bend the knees to fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step that left foot back, drop to the knee, Anjaneyasana. Inhale the arms up. Hands through center as they plant, you tuck the back toe. Back knee pops up as we move into crescent pose. The torso lifts up here, driving through that back heel for stability. Shifting the torso to come forward about a 45-degree angle, a nice straight line from the heel all the way up to the fingertips. And then bringing the hands down in front of the foot so we can find standing splits again. Press into that right foot, the left floats up. Pull this leg all the way forward to reach out in front once again. Bend the knee, hand to the outside, right hand to the outside of the knee. Left arm opens up. Release, taking this leg all the way back down into our standing splits. Slowly lower the foot towards the back of the mat as we set up for warrior one. So the back heel drops, the front knee bends as we bring the torso up. Feel the energy rising up here. And straighten through that front leg, hands to the hips. Hinging here as we find part way, our way towards pyramid pose. Then fold the rest of the way down. Having your block here under this left hand, maybe at a medium or higher height as we move into revolved triangle. So I press into this left hand on my block. My right starts to sweep up. So I'm twisting through the torso still. You may notice that left heel wants to come off the mat. Try to drive it back down. And slowly release. The block can move out of the way. Step the back foot forward to your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Fold it down. Bend the knees, root to rise all the way up. As the hands come through center, we keep it moving. Bend the knees to our fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the hands, step the right foot back this time. Anjaneyasana, the hands sweep up. As they come down, we plant the hands, tuck the back toe, coming into our runner's lunge. Driving through the back heel for stability. Rise up. Crescent pose. Torso comes forward, 45-degree angle. Hands down, standing splits. Press into that left leg as the right floats up. And slowly bringing the torso up, pulling the leg through, bend the knee, left hand to the outside of the right knee. You start to open the right arm for that twist. Release it back to center. Whoa. Definitely a balance challenge there. Release it back to center. Take the leg all the way back through, folding down into standing splits. Lowering that back leg down at the back of the mat as we find warrior one. Bending through the front knee, arms come up. Hands to the hips, straighten through that front leg, hinging forward into our pyramid pose. Having your block handy, either on the medium or the higher setting. Press into that right hand as you let the left sweep up, revolve triangle. Again, noticing if that back heel, this right heel, is wanting to lift up, you want to press through it. And slowly release, bend through that front knee. This time plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Find your vinyasa here, whatever you've chosen for this practice today. Meeting in downward facing dog. Cleansing breath, deep inhale. Full exhale out the mouth. Bend the knees, look at the hands, step it forward. Forward fold. And root to rise, arms sweep up. Hands to heart center. All right, now that our bodies should be pretty well warm and prepped for Dancing Shiva Pose, we will practice. So to start, I'm going to have my strap handy, and you may choose to use the strap or not for your first option. And you also, being that this is recorded, you can always pause the video and practice a little longer if you choose to. So I come to Tadasana pose, my feet hip width apart, just engaging through the legs here. Shift the weight into that right foot, grounding down here. That's your standing leg. The left leg comes up. Pull that knee into the chest. Take the right hand across the knee. Find that twist. We've already been doing so. Left arm can open. And if you're using the strap here, take the strap to the ball of the foot. And from here, twisting through the torso still as you start to extend that leg. Twisting the torso, the left arm extending behind you. If you feel stable, you can try taking the gaze towards that left hand. Now, if you're doing the no strap version, it's the same thing, grounding through that standing leg, coming up. The right hand comes to the outside edge of that opposite foot. And then you extend through, feeling the twist through the torso just the same, noticing if you're able to straighten that leg or not. It does not have to be straight. The left arm extends behind. Focusing the gaze on a single spot will help you to balance. Release it down. When you're done with this side, we'll ground through Tadasana. Feet are hip width apart. Engage the legs, hips tuck under. Shoulders roll back and down. Reach up through the crown of the head here. Refocus the breath. And we'll move to the other side. So shifting the weight into this left foot, grounding down here. If you're using your strap, have it in your hand. Right knee draws up. Hug that knee in towards the chest. Left hand crosses the knee. Find a standing twist here. And then take the strap to the ball of the foot. As you extend the leg, find hand position on the strap. Don't hyperextend the knee. A micro bend is just fine. You can even have it bent a little more if needed. The right arm reaching behind. When you feel stable, trying to look at that right hand. And if you do have the strap, being mindful as you start to fall out of the pose, release the strap so the foot can come down. And if you're trying without the strap, same thing, knee up, hand to the outside edge of that foot. Start to extend through the leg as you twist through the torso. Right arm behind. release. We'll find Tadasana once more here. Rounding through the feet, engaging through the legs, pulling that belly in as the chest lifts up, shoulders down. Very nice. Let's move down to the floor here for our final stretches and counter poses before Shavasana. So first, coming to Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together, the knees open wide, finding that distance between the sit bones and the heels that allow you to have a gentle stretch. Inhaling, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, start to fold it forward gently. Once you find that gentle stretch, you can relax the torso down. We'll be here for 5 breaths. And slowly coming up. Hands to the outsides of the knees. Draw them together. Give yourself a nice hug here. And we'll move to our backs. Make sure you have your block handy here, as we'll move into a supported bridge. So the soles of the feet come to the mat about hip width apart, fairly close to your rear. Pausing here a moment, just to acclimate to being on our backs once again. When you feel ready, press into the feet. Lift the hips up just enough to slide that block under, either on the low or medium setting. Place it right underneath the tailbone or the sacrum. Let the shoulder blades walk towards each other underneath the back, allowing the chest to open a little more, and then relax the hands down. Taking this time here to start to reflect on the practice itself, how your body is feeling. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Press into the feet. Slowly lift the hips just enough to slide the block out, and slowly lower the hips all the way down. Take the feet as wide as the mat here. Let the knees windshield wiper one side, pause, and then change to the other side and pause. Once more. Then we'll find full happy baby pose. So the arms come between the knees. The hands come to the outsides of the feet. As you pull the knees into the armpits, the tailbone, the sacrum area presses down into the mat for stability. Flexing through the feet here. Holding for a few breaths. Keeping the feet lifted, release the hands, straighten through the legs for a wide-legged pose here, Supta Konasana. The hands can come to the outside of the thighs for support if needed. Flexing through the feet gently. Slowly pull the ankles towards each other. The feet are standing on the ceiling in waterfall pose. Making any adjustments to the shoulder blades under the back if needed. Letting the arms relax down, palms facing up. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Maybe swaying from side to side. And from here, we'll set up for Shavasana. Any version of Shavasana that you choose. The legs can be extended out to the corners of the mat. Perhaps a blanket or anything rolled up under the knees. If you choose, you can also come back to that constructive rest as an option with the feet wide, knees in. Whatever you choose, let the arms open alongside the body with the palms facing up. Lift the head, draw the shoulders down as you lengthen through the neck, and then lay the head back down. Start to close here with a couple of deep breaths. Nice inhale, filling up the belly, the ribs, feel the side ribs expand. Exhale, open mouth, let it out. Once more, inhale from the belly, the ribs, take the energy to the crown of the head. Exhale, let it all go. Release your control on the breath. Starting to find stillness here as we allow the body to integrate that entire practice. And imagine yourself here sinking just a half-inch deeper into the mat. Starting to become one with the earth. Slowly bringing your awareness back to the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Bring the movement to the wrists and the ankles. Slide the ankles together to touch. Reach the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And slowly pull the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice hug. Gently sway from side to side. Roll to one side. Use that same arm as a pillow. And slowly press up into a seated position. Welcome to keep the eyes closed if you choose. Bringing the hands to heart center. The chin to the chest here is a symbol of gratitude towards yourself today for taking time for this yoga practice, for taking time for yourself, and for giving some self-love to your body, mind, and spirit. With peace, love, and gratitude, namaste.